1 and go. Hello, everybody. All right. Well, I'm going to let everybody get on here. Interesting questions today. Actually, we got 3 questions all the same. Everybody pop on and let us know where you're watching from. Hey, Mama. You're on there first. How are you? All right, Cody, what's up? Give everyone a couple of minutes here. I don't know what I just did, but it made a little thing on the screen. All right, 5 people, everybody popping on. Master Spa, sound is good. Thank you. I'm assuming it's Kayla. Kayla? Cody, what's up? Kayla, your new title is babysitter.
And I apologize again.
The blurb.
We kept going back and forth with it because it wasn't coming out right, and then she asked me to email it, which I did, and it never sent, and I feel terrible.
It was totally Mary's fault.
It was totally my fault.
Totally Mary's fault. Okay. All
Luckily,
right.
we have an amazing team, and they did a little post.
She said I need to update my business cards. I like that. That's fun. Yes, head babysitter. First time I have checked in, brand new 15D owner. Awesome.
Oh, great.
One
Welcome.
addition to the many ranks of trainer 15D owners on Earth. #1 most sold swim spa on Earth. All right. Charlie, Spokane, Washington. And he sounded it out so that I said it right. Spokane. Did I say Spokane? I probably did. Spokane. All right. Actually, I think we're flying. Aren't we flying through?
No, Seattle.
Seattle.
Yes.
We're flying through Seattle next week. All right. Give everyone a few more minutes. 10. Kirk, what's up, buddy? All right. Tom, how are you? We'll get another couple of minutes. Today's questions were basic. Everyone just asked about the cover and the wind. I know I saw on the Master Spa Owners group some pictures of some covers. I'm assuming that one of those is one of these questions. We got our Challenger 15D this summer. Need to wait for our pad to get done first. Our patio. I read that, Heidi. Challenger 15, that's what we're in right now. Yep. It's fantastic. Tom, greetings from Northwest New Jersey. All right. Marjan Smith, why are you avoiding me?
Definitely not us.
I think you got the wrong person. I'm not avoiding anybody. That's a strange comment. Maybe Spanish? I'm not sure. All right. Carmen, all right, got 18 people on there. Very good. Very good. So we're talking about springtime and getting everything ready. You know, a lot of people will, especially in your cold climates, will use their swim spa all winter, but a lot of people won't, and they'll turn the temperature down and just let it sort of idle. It requires less care and maintenance at a colder temperature as far as chemicals go, and obviously less energy consumption. So we see that, and this year I'm absolutely going to get the solar, the thermal, and try it in the wintertime because I can measure how many amps we're running. We got solar put in, so I can actually measure that. So I really would like to get an accurate.
Someone did just ask me if you can use that solar panel just to cover the swim spa, like in the summertime. But really, we recommend putting your cover on whenever you're not using it, rather than just like a solar protection.
Right.
The cover just really does a lot other than cover your swim spa. So it's going to help keep your heat and your moisture in, so that you're not, you lose a lot of water to evaporation, and especially in the summertime when your water's warm and it's hot out. And the cover does help to prevent that at some level. It also helps, obviously, to prevent debris from getting in your swim spa, making it easier to maintain. But not only debris, but just like...
It also protects the acrylic.
Right. But debris, but like even debris like we can't see. I just told Ben, I woke up yesterday and got to my car and the hood is already covered with pollen. and you don't really necessarily see that, but that would also be going into the water, and it just really helps to protect, to protect your.
So speaking of
swim
covers,
spot.
I have a new cover. Most of you have the new Sunbrella material cover. I don't.
And we don't in here either.
And we don't in here either. So I've got a new Sunbrella material 15D cover coming to my house. Thank you again, Kirk, for my Challenger, and we're very excited about the new material. And then, of course, we're going to put it on right before all the yellow pollen is going to start to fall, so we're going to have to continually rinse and wash it off because I can't stand the way that looks. It drives me bananas. It's why I don't own a black car anymore. All right?
And
Kim
like
said she's jealous.
the purpose
Kim.
of this, although we were talking about spring brings, storms and rain, and so your cover is definitely going to be key for helping to keep your swim spa safe. And one of the, actually 3 of the questions that we got were all about
Cover in the wind.
Yeah, how to keep your cover down in the wind. Are there any tips for that? And Ben was saying, and we're talking about, like, if you know that you're going to get heavy winds or you're expecting a windy storm or even a hurricane.
And there are the snaps on there. I have heard stories about wind being so crazy that the snaps break. They can be replaced, first of all, and also they do make hurricane ratcheting. I know they make them for tubs. I'm assuming they make them for swim spots.
Yeah,
I know they make them for hot tubs.
Even if you just did,
like a ratchet strap,
just
extra to keep it down. But
with either a ratchet strap, or if you're really concerned, to put some tarp over it. If you're expecting a particularly bad storm, you can definitely put tarp over the swim spot and then ratchet strap, or somehow bungee that down, and that will help to protect your cover as well.
And Heidi also said, I definitely plan to use ours all winter in Minnesota. Can't wait to train all year in my backyard.
Awesome.
That's what it was made for.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. So you may want to think about a wetsuit in that cold. Not that Minnesota is known for being very, very cold. So it's exceptionally cold. All right. Marjan Smith, I messaged you, checked inbox. Okay. I'm assuming you're talking to Master Spas and not me, which is great. Heidi already got one. Awesome. Very cool.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we had this woman, and she's in New Jersey, and she used to train. I mean, I think she trained for an hour every day in a Michael Phelps
signature.
No, I think it was Momentum. Turned all the way at 100. She's like a psycho swimmer, really fast, really trains hard, and she swam an hour every day, and then she was keeping that temperature. I want to say it was like 85 to 88. It wasn't very hot, and she swam in the winter in a wetsuit and still did her workout, and pretty awesome. So, but it wasn't. She definitely wasn't keeping it hot on the pool side. She had a dual temp.
Yeah.
Heidi already got one. Lakes are cold here. Yeah, I know they are. I know they are. Some big rocks in each corner to hold the cover down. Laugh out loud. I would do rocks, but I'm sure he's joking.
Oh, okay. If you are, I mean, I can imagine that you can do that. Just maybe put something like a tarp in between the cover and whatever you're using, just so that you're protecting your cover. Because if that rock were to slide or anything and hurt the cover.
So Dina said, I want one, but alas, Wyoming doesn't have a dealer. So we have product. I feel like you sent a message maybe. I think I saw that when I was going through, or maybe you just commented on the post. I'm not sure on the live. But Dina, I've got some interesting stories. We used to handle swim spas on weird islands. We have 2 swim spas on Guam. We do not have a dealer in Guam, not even close. And we are never sending service up to Guam. Although if they do need someone to go, I will.
Wyoming isn't.
Wyoming, that's a little different story. I know it's obviously very remote. But if you want to reach, you know what? Reach out to us. Because, I mean, like, I'll give you an example. The guy in Guam was a contractor, and he did a vault. He did everything correctly, but he had a flash flood, an immense flash flood, and it just wrecked a bunch of his stuff. Master, because you still have that warranty on the product, so Master sent all the parts, and then they did a video, like a Zoom, and they showed him how to fix things. And there's always some creative, situations. So if you really want one, we can definitely get you help on that, okay? So send a message in Dina. I don't know if it was a comment or a message, but send a message in, and tonight I'll take a peek at it, and I'll look at where you live and see if we can't help you out, okay? We can't have you wanting a master spas in the continental U.S. and not getting one. All right. So Britt said, when it's windy, stuff blows into the water when the cover is off. Our tub is under a magnolia that is dropping lots of
right. Yeah.
So lots of flower buds. The tub fills with stuff when the lid is open while chemicals release gas. I know that it's important for chlorine to have a cover open. Is it necessary to be open for other chemicals? I would I know it's a pain in the butt, and I know so much that I cut down every tree in the back of my house. So now I have an open yard with a new fence and totally open, and that was on purpose. Some of it was we wanted just a clean slate on the backyard, and some of the motivation was the swim spa. All right,
because you were getting so many.
Yeah, we're getting junk in there, and it never stopped. It never relented. Like 3-4 months out of the year was just hammering us, and then again in the fall. So I'm sensitive to what you're saying on that for sure.
But the chlorine and the chlorine shock, you would
most importantly, chlorine in the oxidizer, you definitely want open for sure. Karen said, I made 10-pound sandbags in a vinyl bag with a rope. Place on the edge of each side works great. Yeah, there's always a way to do it. Sand, she commented. Dina said, thank you. No dealer in Eastern Washington. Our dealer is located in the Midwest. We brought from a show. They contract with a local. Yeah, Charlie. Right, absolutely. There is a way we can get that handled. Message sent, Dina. Okay, thank you. And just if you didn't comment, just say, hey, this is on the top. Say Ben, grab it. So, but absolutely no. If it's in the U.S., there's just no way. I mean, we've gone to crazy places, in the U.S. that should be fairly easy. So we'll see if we can't help you out. All right. What else do we got here? Yeah. So the question was on the covers open.
Yeah.
And what you guys got to think about was when a cover on a swim spa is open and it's held in a cover lifter, when the wind is blowing fiercely, that is immense torque. Even if you have like serious screws holding all the cover lifters in, some dealers reinforce them, really crazy stuff. It's still just a screw like that, and the amount of force that wind is going to place on a cover when it's in that up position. I mean, think about a sailboat. It's enough to move a 50,000 pound boat along at 10 knots or whatever it is. I'm not a sailor. It can rip that stuff out. It's extremely powerful, and we sort of forget how powerful it is. So when the wind is ripping like that, maybe don't open the swim spa and latch it down, for sure. Let's see. Is there a screen cover? Is there a screen cover that one can put on the tub to prevent leaves from blowing into water when chemicals are off-gassing? I haven't been able to find a good one. Britt, I have never seen one, but while I was reading your comment, in my mind, how like the sheet on a bed, has the elastics on the corner? I'm almost envisioning like that for the swim spa, and you just put it on like that, and it's got the elastics like a bed sheet, whichever, the one that nobody can ever fold. And you would have that same problem, but even bigger on a swim spa. You would never be able to fold it, but I bet that would work. I've never seen it though, but you could be the first. All right.
Maybe even like a mosquito net.
Yeah, mosquito net
screening. That sometimes they have those that you can get online.
Kevin Wright, what's up, brother?
It does nothing other than it being annoying. when things get in it.
Right.
It's not going to hurt anything.
Right. Right.
You
It
know,
is annoying. It annoys me.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have a vacuum that's decent, and
a skimmer,
and we
like
have
a
a
cool
skimmer with a
skimmer,
net, and we're always using it. I use it when I take the filters out because we all know some junk falls in, and I just keep it right underneath and scoop out real quick and try to minimize that. The other thing that happens, we have a circ pump on ours that's continually pulling. So as it's pulling, that little that plastic cover on the circ pump suction will be covered in those little leaves and helicopters. So I have to go down there and get them off. You know, which is, it's just, the stuff falling in is annoying. It's annoying. There's no other way to describe it. All right. So keep the questions coming, guys. Last time, what were we even talking about last time? I don't think we even got to it.
Like hacks.
Yeah.
Hacks.
Yeah, we were supposed to do like tips and tricks, and the questions were rapidly coming in. But what I want to talk about is in the springtime, not everyone uses their swim spa totally. They'll use it some. So you could end up with some mold on the cover. You could end up, you know, it needs a good cleaning.
Yeah.
You know, you want to change your water out if that's necessary. You know, we turned ours down for the last month down to 80, so it needed a good cleaning. My cover is got a couple of tears in it, so we wanted the new material on there for the lives anyway. So we had an opportunity to do that. One of my steps, you know, we're guys. You know what? Like I said, I'm never there. It's always, you know, we all have life to live, and our swim spas and hot tubs are not the only thing that we have in life. So one of my steps on the soft tread is a little coming up on the end. So I got a replacement for that, and we're gonna just springtime make it all perfect. That's what we do.
And spring is a good time to do that. You know, spring cleaning.
Yep.
Like Ben said, they're protecting your cover. If you do have the old vinyl cover, there is a 303 vinyl protectant that is recommended to clean the cover and protect the cover. And then for the new like sunbrella material covers, there's a 303 outdoor fabric protectant.
Actually, that's the question I was just going to answer. So pause there. Best protective for the top of the cover.
Yep. So if
Go.
it's the older vinyl, like fake vinyl looking material, then it's 303 vinyl. I think it's called 303 vinyl protectant. And then if it's the new sunbrella-ish material, there's a 303 outdoor fabric protectant. And even if you did that a couple of times a year, it will help the longevity of your cover.
Jamie Gordon, what's up, Jamie? Kelly, how are you? We got a couple questions here. One, that was that. Greg asked, I got the exercise package. Can you explain how to use it all? I got the rowing down, but the rest is a mystery. It certainly is. Mare, you want to take it? You want me to go?
Well, so if you go back to some of our other videos on YouTube, we have literally like probably 10 videos where we use all of the equipment, the resistance bands, and we put them in different places, and we have different exercises with them.
Yep.
So
we did entire workout programs and showed you how to do everything in there. So you have, you know, probably way more than you're interested in hearing about the exercise package. But Greg, go to the YouTube channel for Master Spas and start looking at the exercise videos. There's tons in there, and that will show and explain everything, and even give you guidelines and a specific program. It was pretty cool. Reed, my air valve for seat 1 is not working. Something I can or call my dealer. I would call Reed before you did that. You know, it's Master Spa's customer service is fantastic. So you're welcome to call them, and they can walk you through checking a couple of things, and then they'll tell you, say, hey, we should involve your dealer. Okay, so that's absolutely, you know, you can go either one. But as far as why it's not working, I've seen where insulation, a little piece of insulation gets stuck in there, or something gets stuck in the valve, and it will make it not do its job. It could be open or it could be closed the whole time. So definitely call customer service. They may be able to walk you through it, and if not, they'll say, hey, call your dealer. So, but I would start with customer service. They're fantastic. Let's see, maybe make a framed screen, several of them to sit it on. Yeah, if you want to do all that. I'm just gonna vacuum. Jan said, how much less weight is the Sunbrella? Should we replace both pieces? Oh, the new material.
Yeah.
So Jan, this is gonna make you as unhappy as it made me when I was first told. It's 27% lighter, brand new. So if you had the vinyl cover like we have here, you can't see it's behind the camera, and I have at my house, versus the new Sunbrella material, the new one is 27% lighter out of the gate. So, and it is, you can feel the difference, absolutely. It's really nice. Here we go. Britt, oh, there we go. What's your opinion about using Prevent to occasionally capture metals in the water? There isn't anything on test strips to indicate need to do this, but on the bottle provided when the tub was delivered, it says occasional use is recommended. So, Britt, great question. So what happens is every time, if you've got people splashing or some evaporation going on, you have to top off. You're topping off with fresh water from either a well or from city water or whatever you're doing. So if you want to use the splash of the sequestering agent, the metal out, it's advised, and it keeps that all the minerals in there, they're clean. Keeps it running really, really well.
But just probably when you would put more water in it.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't need to do that.
You wouldn't need to do it in between for any reason,
yeah.
unless you added water.
Yeah.
So, and, typically, unless there was something going, maybe you didn't get it all out, but that once it's out, it's out. Thank you ever so much. We'll go there. Absolutely, Greg. All right. Okay. Aloha. Please let new owners know about antifreeze in newly delivered spas. I've seen many comments on the page about problems with brown water foam and brown sludge, which may be caused by the antifreeze that has not been removed. Susan. So Susan, my comment to that is the antifreeze will not turn too yucky, and if a tub is winterized, there's stickers all over it, so they should know that they have it. But the tub is covered in stickers, and then you run oxidizer in there to dissolve that and eat it up. Sludge and that stuff, that sounds like maybe leftover, junk from water testing, which can also happen. But either one of those, you're just gonna flush it out and oxidize it. But there are stickers all over, so they should know that it's winterized.
And when it's winterized, you don't clear out the antifreeze before filling it.
I think she's talking about new owners, but right.
Right.
You leave it in there.
Right. You leave it in, you fill the tub, and then you treat the water to balance it, and it'll get rid of that antifreeze. Yep. You're not like blowing antifreeze out of the lines like you would the water when you put the antifreeze in to winterize it.
Right.
So.
Right. Okay, cool. So, but basically with ours, we just needed a good cleaning and a good scrub it. And we scrubbed it all down. Now it's ready to go. New covers coming in. Headrests are fine. I've got one step that the edge is peeling up on the soft tread. So we'll get that replaced next water change, and we're good to go. So I took care of the water. It's perfect. I don't need to change the water, and we're ready to go. But I had it closed down to 80, maybe for about a month. Maybe it was a month and a half, 6 weeks, something like that. And we didn't go in. And I was gone. We had vacation in there, little trip. So it was just, now let's turn it down. So you guys have these thoughts, you're not alone. All right, we're good on questions. On the covers, yeah, guys, if it's super windy, just close the covers and lock them down.
Yeah.
Because it's not, you could rip off any cover lifter, no matter how good a cover lifter is, no matter how great the install is, the torque force from wind on something the size of a cover opened up is immense, and it's going to be very strong, and you could definitely rip that right out of there, or break the cover, or the cover lifter. It could be, I feel like the one that I saw the picture of, the screws were still in, but the cover lifter snapped. So they're not the most amazing, ultra strong, items on this earth. That's for sure. So that's it. All right. What you got?
And if that is the worst thing that you need to replace, that's
sure.
That's
pain in the butt.
Yeah, it's a pain, but it's not terrible. Do you have any other suggestions for if you're expecting a storm or after a storm on any?
Sure. Well, I would say this: if a storm is coming in and it's warm out, then you don't really have to worry about it so much for, warming it up so that you had a bigger, if there was power outage, because the longest power outage in Connecticut that I can remember was, I think you were racing the Marine Corps Marathon.
Oh, yeah.
And but it was October, so it wasn't cold. So it snowed, but then it melted immediately, and it was like 40, 50 degrees.
It's weird.
But it was weird weather, but we didn't have power. And it was probably a week, but it wasn't cold enough to have any real concerns about anything freezing. So most of the time in the warmer climates, if there's a storm coming, just treat the water. If you want to lock the cover down extra, we've got some ideas on there for sandbags, hanging them over. I'm assuming 2 on each side hung over to give it extra weight to press it down. I know that they make the hurricane straps for hot tubs because of Florida and probably elsewhere. So I know that if they have those, they probably have them for swim spas too. But I think it's just a big ratchet strap, so you can make that work. We got a question in there. How long do the vinyl pieces last? I've had my tub for a year and they are starting to discolor, especially the piece that surrounds the corner with filter. Oh, you're talking about the plastic in here like this. This? I'm assuming you're talking about this, not a cover. Typically if those are fading, it's our own fault. So if your pH goes low, you can fade them out. If you're not off-gassing properly when you put chlorine in there, you can fade them out. So like these ones here, look really good, but inside this is a perfect clean environment indoors. We're testing the water, more frequently than outside, and like this is part of our work. Just a different schedule of care and maintenance than someone, who's using, a swim spa or a hot tub at home. This is part of work. So obviously we're keeping a close eye on everything. But typically when the plastic starts to fade, there's a reason, and it's either off-gassing chlorine or pH running low, chemicals.
Yeah.
So it fades the stuff out.
Or it could be too much chlorine.
Yep.
Yeah.
So surrounds the corner with filter. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Feel free to comment. How do you remove the head pillow above the seat? I have a Trainer 15, some gunk got behind the pillow. They just pull out, right?
Yep. So
yeah, it just pulls out. It feels like you get...
It just is like a little snap.
Yep, it's the little holes. It just snaps.
And then
it feels like you might break it, but you're not going to.
And then it just snaps back in.
And I would kind of get as many fingers underneath it as you could and sort of wiggle it, and then wiggle and pull so that you put as much support on there as you can. Okay. Heidi. In winter, I've heard people using refrigerator blankets or thermal type tarps. Is that something worth considering? So we were talking about the solar blanket underneath the cover, and this is the story. A very long time service tech, service manager at a very large dealer who has gazillion customers told me to my ears that he knows it lowers the energy consumption and that it works and retains more heat. So it's like a solar blanket like you'd put on a pool directly on the water, in between the cover and the water. So you put that on, then close the covers, and it's going to add extra insulating factor. So
I don't think that anything over the cover would make a difference.
I wouldn't bother with anything over the cover, because if it snows, the snow won't even melt. So from that cover, the cover is insulated really well. I would definitely go in between with a solar cover, a thermal blanket type thing. I don't have a hard number as to how much it's, how many kilowatt hours it's going to save, or how many degrees, or any of that yet. We've been talking about it for a year. I'd really like to do it this year, now that I have the ability to monitor exact numbers at home. Let's see. Britt, yes. Britt, unfortunately, it's because like mine at home are a little faded, and here they're not. And I know at home that water, and it also depends on your water. So geographically, water is different. The water at my house is delivered by a pool company, and then the water here is city water. I don't know where they get that water up there from different places. So up there, my pH tends to drop low. If the chlorine comes down low, the pH tanks after it, and mine's probably a result of low pH. So it just fades stuff out. Okay. But it's usually, unfortunately, is our fault, our own faults. So nothing over the top. Heidi, I wouldn't bother. It's so, you'll see when it snows, none of the snow melts off that swim spa. You're gonna need a big broom. Don't use a rake or some kind of metal anything, make sure you use a broom to get that snow. Or if it's powdery, use a snow blower or a leaf blower. Okay, now snow blower. Jeez, could you imagine? Question about water harness. For the water harness, hardness, Britt, hardness. For the past 4 months, it was too high and I couldn't get it down. Maybe that was part of the problem. Could absolutely do that. Yeah, sure. So I just changed the water and it's normal. So if your water is too hard, maybe more of the mineral out, then maybe that's why you're asking that. That would make sense. Lauren said, had a customer tell me yesterday that she's obsessed with Ben and Mary videos. Keep crushing it, you two beautiful animals.
Oh, thank you.
Lauren, you're the best. Okay. All right. Keep the questions coming. We've got about 10 more minutes. All right. So, yeah, it's a little bit of work, a lot of awesome. So, like for me, I like the warmer weather in the swim spot the best because we really like to go out there and hang out. That's a best hangout spot.
Yeah.
And then in the wintertime, it's great because I'll be honest, I turn up the Challenger at home. I turn up to swim spot or to hot tub temperature. So we're just chilling in there. Nobody's exercising in that one. That's the truth. You also super spoiled. We have this one indoors so that we can do whatever we want if we want to train hard also. So, blah, blah, blah. All right. Julie, yes. Right on. Very cool. All right. Lauren, it's awesome. All right. If you guys have any more questions, pop them right on there. So we've got really neat stuff going on. We're going to what's called the Biohackers Conference, with master spas and the cold tubs, and just absolutely got neat stuff going on and all
really quickly though, before this is, we're in April, we're in the mid-April, and we should just comment that if you are thinking about getting a hot tub or a swim spa, Master Spas is running the global sale right now, and some of the proceeds are going to Team Fox, the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So it's a really good time. Number one, this starts Master Spa's busy time because people all of a sudden are coming out of the woodwork. Spring is here. And it's starting to get busy, and our lead times are creeping up a little bit as the orders start coming in for summer. So if you are thinking about wanting a swim spa in your yard for this summer or a hot tub, even springtime, find out from your local dealer either when they're having an expo event or when they're running this. All of Master Spa dealers are running this global sale right now out of their showroom as well. So it is an additional discount, and you do have the ability you should have the ability to get something for summer if you are quick in ordering now.
So Rhonda Bigelow, and we know that name. We see you all the time. Great organization. My mom died from Parkinson's. I'm sorry to hear that, but it is a wonderful organization and a very ugly disease. We've got some questions on here, Mary.
Okay, great.
We'll get back to So, talk about a way to get sun protection. My mother. So my mother bought a umbrella and it doesn't quite fit her space. So I'm somehow, last time we went there, I didn't bring my truck. We had Bet's car. So I sort of messed that up. But we'll have a brand new umbrella thanks to my mama, which is awesome. So what we always do.
What about the sun sails?
I know, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
So I'm just teasing my mother a little bit. And I know she's like laughing and she's going to call me name. So you can use either sunshades, like that, and suspend them above the swim spa works really well, or UV shirts. I've been in the last couple of years, I don't know if you guys remember, like this dot, I've got a big scar here, there's a big scar here, all kinds of surgeries, all kinds of carcinomas carved out. It's just, you gotta protect yourself. So now I have UV shirts and I'm really good about putting sunscreen on vacation. Sunscreen in a swim spa or hot tub is a pain in the butt because you really need filter cleaner and degreaser to break that junk down in the filters. That's where having a backup set of filters is imperative. It will make life so much better if you're doing that and doing a good job. So, but UV shirts are gonna be great. And once you wear them in there, just sort of keep one for the swim spa so you're not getting, foam, make sure you get good detergent
We
that's
did
made
have,
for them.
a couple of years ago, we did go to a home visit with a family, and they always, like, their kids always put the UV shirts on in the summertime when they use the swim spa, and they had, I think it's Lysol makes a non-detergent.
Yeah. Was it Lysol?
Yeah, I believe
That was
it
in
was
Fort
Lysol
Wayne, right?
in Fort Wayne.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
there's no soap in the detergent, but it clean like that's
Right.
and that's what they used for those shirts because their kids were like, using them, playing in them like
All
they
day
were just
long.
all
day long.
Right.
So they had to have something, and
it was I
as
think it's Lysol.
as much as they were in there, they can't wear sunscreen. They would need new filters once a week. As those kids live in that thing, which is what we want.
I just have bathing suit that stays here and wash it by hand if I need to, but I don't put it in the washing machine.
Diane said, my hardness level is at 25. Should I raise it? Yes. Should be definitely way higher than that. Isn't it like 250 or 220? Yes, definitely raise that. Kathy, so how cool do you turn it down to or let it go down to when it's hot outside in the summer? I would not use the word as cool. I would not use the word cool or cold to describe my water, ever. So at like 90, 92, 89, there's nothing going to be south of 89. I like bath water, unless I'm in the cold tub. That's it.
When it's hot out,
Yep.
and you get in cooler water, any water that is like cooler than the surface of your skin is going to feel refreshing. Right. So if it's hot out and your temperature is 85, it's actually going to be chilly.
Yep.
So if you stay in there a long time. Yeah.
So every time we do a demo swim or demo something with a swim spa, they'll turn that water up to 92 degrees and people come in, oh my God, that's so warm. How are you cold in there? Eventually, if it's colder than your body temperature, even in 92 degree water, we're sitting there
you start
shivering,
to get cold.
And there's always a hot tub next door for swimmers to warm back up. If you spend a long time in there, even at 92, 93, you're gonna get cold. It's gonna slowly bring your core temperature down and you'll be shivering. It's absolutely true. So Kathy, 90, 89. I like Florida bath water.
You can play with that. Obviously, it's a little bit of a preference, but.
Julie said, "I have a Trainer 19D with the flip-up cover. Water pools on one section of the cover. Is this normal? How long do covers last?" We like to see them go 4 or 5 years. I've got people that are so because you can take once a year. You're supposed to take the inserts out, dry them in the sun, flip them over, put them back in, so that you don't get any valleys in there. And most people don't do it. I did do the ones at my house. I also had never done it before. I wanted to try it. It's not terribly difficult. It's just sort of bulky, but I would do that and they'll last longer for sure. Protect the vinyl or the Sunbrella material if that's what you have, and flip them every year. Springtime is a good time to do that because they've been sitting all winter. Right. Flip those inserts in there. Okay. Do you have an opinion about test strips? Mary, what are the ones you like? I have variation of readings across different brands for sure. I think it's AquaCheck. Seven different things.
Yeah.
Seven parameter
AquaCheck.
AquaChecks. Those have seemed to be our nicest favorite.
Yeah.
Summer Gilliam is watching. That is my daughter. Hello, baby.
Hi, Summer.
Hello, I have an alkaline water system at home. Is it okay to fill the spa with this water? I don't know. Good question. That's a Kirk question. So leave that on there, and we'll have to answer.
Is that a water softening system?
Is that? I don't know that that's water softening. If you drink alkaline water, that's the thing. So I know just enough to get myself into trouble here, but not enough to properly answer. So good question. We'll be back on that one. All right.
Well, we can say if it is a water softening system, you can only use it to fill about a third of your swim spa or hot tub. And then you need to use fresh water, city water, or pool water.
Kelly asked, do y'all have, where are you from, Kelly? A light summer cover for a hot tub. I have a San Miguel and it's in the backyard and I have a ton of trees. I hear you. I do hear you. It would be nice to have a very nice summer cover, a very light summer cover, to get all this, to stop all the stuff from the trees doesn't get in my hot tub when I'm not in it, get on my hot tub. There's not going to be anything lighter than the San Miguel cover.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use I wouldn't do that. No, I would say leave it as is. I don't think I'd fool with that with something different. Unfortunately, I don't have a good answer for that. Nothing that I'm aware of. Tim Beal, what's up, brother? All right. Allison said samesies. I'm guessing on the Aqua Check. I live in Texas, and in the summer when it gets to 102, my hot tub is set at 92. Yeah, I like 90. That 92 is so 92 is the temperature of the surface of your skin. That's why it feels so perfect to us. Kathy, sure, I understand that. Thank you. Thumbs up. If I haven't, at home, is it okay to fill my swim spa with this water? That one we have to revisit. Tim Beal, hello. Okay, we're good. We got everybody.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so last thing, we were talking about the Biohackers Conference is in Dallas this year with Dave Asprey. Really fun event. We're going to take our cold tubs there, the cold immersion therapy tubs, the Michael Phelps chili goats. So that's something, this year we've done some things that we never got to do before in different events and sort of different thinking. Master Spas has gotten into some different products which are in the wellness category, which, hot tubs and swim spas should be considered in wellness, but I feel like they're more considered recreation. Although we do use them for wellness, whether it's stress relief, whether it's exercise, whatever that is, and that really covers everything that you do in them. But these products are specific to wellness, which has just been really exciting to get into and be a part of. Yeah. So for sure. So that's it. Here we go. I used to go to a college pool set at 88 or 89, and it would mean I needed to sit on a heater at home.
Yes.
Yeah, it gets cold.
It does.
To warm up, I like 92-ish these days. Jen, I'm totally with you. And I feel like anyone who ever did any considerable amount of swimming in colder pools always has this take on temperature. Now they're like, I'm not getting in 83-degree water. I'm not doing it. So I totally hear you on that. I like warm water. This is set at, I think it's 95. Yeah. It's awesome. It feels great. Yeah. My muscles feel great in here. This is fantastic. So this right now is just a great big hot tub for us, but we're loving it. All right. So we will see you in 2 weeks. I
don't know if we won't be here in 2 weeks.
We'll be flying
home.
We'll be in Hawaii.
So we might just have to go to the following week, which is May 8th. So we will plan on that with everyone. So we will see everyone in 3 weeks, normal time, Wednesday, May 8th.
Greg said, I keep mine at 87, but I only swim in it. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see
that. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You got it, guys. We will
Everybody
see you in 3 weeks, probably not 2.
Yeah.
But we will definitely let you know. Thanks for coming in. Again, we appreciate it. Make sure you comment where you're watching from. We love to see that stuff. Got to see our reach. It's so much fun.
And if you have any questions while you're watching after, just post them and we'll get to them later.
Yep. And Dina, I will let me figure out what's best for you. I'm looking forward to reading your message, and we'll see if we can't get you some help. Okay? We will talk to you guys soon.
Good night, everybody.
Be good.